This complex mass of neurons inside your head, your brain, it's arguably the most sophisticated machine known in the universe. It processes the world, generates thoughts, stores memories, right? Standard understanding. But what if that's only half the story? What if your brain, as incredible as it is, isn't the source of your consciousness, your deepest feelings, your true identity? What if it's actually an ultra-advanced receiver, a biological interface tuned to something larger, something we might call mind, spirit, and perhaps, ultimately, tuned to the supreme intelligence itself that governs the universe? Stay with me, because we're about to explore an idea that challenges materialism and might reconnect you to your true essence. Science has made incredible strides in mapping the brain. We know which areas light up when we feel love, fear, or solve a complex problem. We can see the intricate dance of neurotransmitters. Yet, a fundamental question remains stubbornly unanswered: the so-called hard problem of consciousness. How do electrical impulses and chemical reactions in physical neurons transform into the vivid, subjective experience of being you? Into the feeling of seeing red, the taste of chocolate, the pain of loss, the joy of reunion. The purely materialistic view, which essentially states that you are your brain, seems to leave something crucial out. That deep intuition many of us have, that nagging feeling that there's something more to us, an essence that animates the body, an eye that observes the world through our eyes. Is that just a biochemical illusion, a trick of complex wiring? Or could it be that science, by focusing solely on the measurable, the physical, is missing the most important piece of the puzzle about who we truly are? What if we radically shift the perspective? What if the brain isn't the composer of the symphony of your life, but rather the magnificently complex instrument through which the music is played, and the musician? That would be your real essence, your mind, your spirit, an intelligent, individual, non-material principle that uses the brain as its primary tool for manifestation in the physical world. Think of a radio. It doesn't create the music. It tunes into the broadcast and makes it audible. Think of a computer. The hardware is essential, the circuits and chips are vital, but it's the user, the software, the intelligence behind the screen that operates it and gives it purpose. In this view, your thoughts don't originate solely in your neurons. They might originate in your mind-spirit and are then translated and expressed by the intricate networks of your brain. Similarly, sensations from the world are captured by your senses, processed by the brain, but the subjective experience of that sensation, the feeling itself, belongs to the spirit. And for this crucial connection between the immaterial spirit and the material brain to occur, perhaps there exists a subtle interface, an energetic link, a bridge that connects these different levels of reality, allowing them to interact. If we are indeed this mind-spirit utilizing a brain, how then do we connect with the source of everything, the supreme intelligence we often call God? Perhaps this connection is inherent to our nature, part of our spiritual DNA, but often obscured by the noise of the material world and the limitations or conditioning of the brain instrument itself. Consider your moral conscience, that inner sense of right and wrong, the capacity for empathy, the yearning for justice. Where does that truly come from? Could it be the divine law inscribed within our spiritual essence, perceived and interpreted through our mental interface? What about intuition? Those sudden insights, the gut feelings that seem to come out of nowhere? Or creative inspiration, the moments when novel ideas seem to flow through us? Could these be flashes, momentary tunings into higher planes of consciousness, whispers from our deeper self, or even subtle communications from that supreme mind? The brain, in this model, acts as the complex apparatus trying to decode these often subtle signals. The cleaner and better tuned this instrument is, perhaps through practices like meditation, the pursuit of virtue, self-knowledge, the better it can capture and interpret these transmissions arising from our innate connection to the supreme intelligence. The very search for God, so universal across human cultures and history, could then be understood as the inherent longing of the spirit to reconnect with its origin, to return to the source from which it emanated. Understanding this mind-brain-spirit-God dynamic has profoundly transformative implications for how we see ourselves and our place in the universe. First, And perhaps most liberating, you are not just your brain. You are the intelligence, the consciousness that uses the brain. This frees you from the constraints of pure biological determinism. Your physical limitations, brain injuries, or genetic predispositions may affect the instrument, but they don't define your essential self, your spirit. Second, your free will is real, and it resides in your spiritual essence, in your mind. You, the spirit, make the choices, and your brain is the sophisticated tool used to execute those choices in the physical world. This brings immense responsibility, yes, but also recognizes your inherent power as a conscious agent. Third, if consciousness, the mind, the spirit, is not merely a byproduct of brain activity, then it doesn't necessarily cease to exist when the brain dies. The perspective of the soul's immortality, the continuation of the journey of consciousness beyond physical death, gains a powerful logical foundation within this framework. And fourth, your life acquires a transcendent purpose. We are not here by mere chance, as complex biochemical accidents in a meaningless universe. We are from this viewpoint individual spirits on an evolutionary journey, using the experiences of material life, the challenges, the joys, the relationships, the learning, to grow morally, to expand our understanding, and to gradually, life after life, perhaps draw closer to the supreme intelligence, the source from which we all originated. How then can we consciously improve this connection? How can we fine-tune our brain radio to better receive the signals from our own deeper mind spirit and from the supreme intelligence? While the ultimate connection may be innate, certain timeless practices can help clear the static and strengthen the signal. 1. Seek silence. Meditation, contemplation, or simply moments of intentional quiet can help calm the mental noise, allowing us to perceive the subtler intuitions and inspirations that arise from within or beyond. 2. Dive into self-knowledge. Understand your tendencies, fears, desires, strengths and weaknesses, not just as a personality, but as an immortal spirit on a learning path. Who are you behind the masks you wear? What lessons are you here to learn? 3. Practice goodness and compassion. Aligning our actions with the universal moral law of love, charity, and respect for others naturally attunes our vibration or state of being with that of the divine source. Acting well clears the channel. 4. Nourish your mind wisely. Seek knowledge that uplifts, inspires, and connects you with truth, beauty, and goodness. Feed your mind spirit with ideas that resonate with your higher aspirations, not just with fleeting distractions. 5. Connect intentionally. Through sincere prayer, heartfelt dialogue with the divine, however you conceive it, or focused intention, you consciously strengthen and acknowledge that vital link. This perspective, that we are immortal spirits using a brain as an interface to learn, evolve, and connect with the supreme intelligence, can be profoundly liberating and empowering. How does this view resonate with you? Does it align with your own intuition or experiences? Which practice for tuning in to this deeper connection feels most inspiring for you to explore further? Share your reflections and insights respectfully in the comments below. Your personal journey and understanding can inspire others on their own path. If this video offered you a new way to think about yourself, your brain, and your connection to God, please show your support with a like so this message can reach more people. And subscribe to the channel so we can continue exploring the fascinating mysteries of the mind, the spirit, and the universe together. Remember always, you are far more than the physical limits of your brain. You are an immortal consciousness, a spark of the supreme intelligence on an incredible journey of learning and growth. The connection to the divine isn't something to be sought externally, but rather rediscovered within the depths of your own being. May your journey be one of increasing light, understanding, and connection. Thank you for watching.